You're watching a Famicast video review of This Is a Police 2 on the Nintendo Switch. I'm Danny Bivens, the reviewer of this game. When This Is a Police hit the Switch last year, I immediately found myself intrigued. I really enjoyed the gameplay mechanics and was super into the whole manage the police force aspect of the game. It wasn't perfect, but it offered a unique experience that you really couldn't find anywhere else on the system. Well, the sequel, This Is a Police 2, is here on the Switch, offering a lot of what the first title had and then some. This visual novel/simulation has quite a lot more to offer in terms of depth, gameplay, and visuals. As in the first title, players again take on the role of Jack Boyd, former police commissioner of Freeburg, who has been ostracized by everyone he ever knew or loved. Playing the first title is not a prerequisite to getting into This Is a Police 2. Early on, the game does a good job at filling in the blanks as to why Jack, now under the name Warren Nash, is in hiding in the small town of Sharpwood. After a rough encounter and misunderstanding with the local police, Nash ends up helping Sharpwood Sheriff Lily Reed control the police force and bring rogue cops in line. There are a lot of gameplay mechanics that are similar to the first title. Again, players will have to manage a police force by sending them out to bust criminals and do a little bit of detective work. You will spend most of your time looking over a miniature map of Sharpwood here. Throughout the in-game days, various crimes appear on the map. You choose a crime and then which officers you want to send. Each officer on the force has a professionalism ranking that equates to how good they are at their jobs. Each crime has a professionalism requirement that must be met in order to send out your units. You have to efficiently choose the appropriate officers for each crime. As long as you have enough experienced cops, the officers can go out and take care of business. On top of the professionalism ranking of each officer, there are also 6 different attributes for each cop: strength, intelligence, speed, stealth, shooting, and negotiation. With every crime that you stop, each officer receives experience points. After earning 50 points, then you're able to upgrade 1 skill point for your cop. Having officers with skills is paramount in stopping crimes. Does your officer have 0 on speed? Well, some dirtbag's going to be able to outrun him. Have an officer with great negotiation skills? It'd probably be a good idea to send him out to 10 situations where they might be able to talk a criminal down from doing something stupid or crazy. The system adds a lot of depth that wasn't found in the original game. In an effort to add even more realism to the experience, police officers will get tired throughout the workday. Not only that, but at the beginning of every shift, you have to assign the officers equipment that they'll be able to use throughout the day. At the end of each workday, you'll get literal soda/beer can tabs based on your performance, and these allow you to add officers to your police force and or buy equipment. I do like this idea of this new tab system, but if you find yourself understaffed or unable to stop enough crimes, you'll sometimes end up with 0 tabs. With a bit of a short staff early on in the game, this will probably happen to you more often than not, making it a little difficult to get better officers on your squad. That said, Police 2 has a bit of a reverse difficulty curve here. A new addition to the title are the tactical missions. In these, you select and control hand-picked officers to stop hostage situations, bomb threats, and more. There's a lot of risk here, and if you really royally screw up, you have to lead the missions with a handful of dead officers. Now, you are able to replay the missions immediately after you fail, which is nice, but I find myself getting frustrated during most of these. Although all of these new additions to the game add a bit more realism and depth, Police 2 can still be frustrating for a myriad of reasons. Officers simply refusing to come to work, and other times refusing to work with other officers really got on my nerves. Also ran into some technical glitches along the way. For example, I wasn't able to use up on the D-pad in certain situations, and I had to revert to using the analog stick. It's not that big of a deal, but kind of weird. Other times, when there was lengthy text on the crime description, I wasn't able to scroll down through the text no matter what button or stick I was pressing. Some of these are issues that can easily be fixed in future patches, but boy oh boy, they were a bit annoying. Visuals in This Is a Police 2 are sharp. Cell shading returns for a second go-around, and this time, it's even better than the original. While most of the story is told through storyboards and voice acting, there are some fully animated, impressive-looking sequences sprinkled throughout the game. The crime sequences and minimap look surprisingly good, with the fully colored snow-covered map that has hints of greens, blues, and browns. The voice acting found in the game here sounds decent, but again, the voice of Jack Boyd, Warren Nash, portrayed by John St. John's, the original voice of Duke Nukem, is definitely the best part about it. The writing, particularly on various crimes throughout the town, had a great range from serious to hilarious. These are definitely the strong points of the title. This Is a Police 2 is an ambitious title that doesn't quite nail the landing. There are a number of aspects of the game, namely the depth, visuals, and writing, that really do make this awesome. On the other hand, things like the officers refusing to work, the difficulty early on in the game, and the occasional glitches can get pretty annoying quickly. When you're on a roll in the game, it's a lot of fun. When you're stuck in a rut, which you probably will be more often than not, you want to throw your controller through the screen. Final score for This Is a Police 2 on the Nintendo Switch, 5.5 out of 10. Keep it locked here to the Famicast for more reviews, podcasts, gameplay videos, and a whole lot more. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.
.534 complete.